Are you thinking that 2023 is like the last housing crisis? Are you waiting for prices to fall? Well, in this video, I'm going to provide 3 key reasons why the 2023 market isn't anything like 2008 and why home prices will likely rise again this year.
Welcome to Rock Real Estate with Stu Simone, where we make real estate informative and fun. And now, here's your associate broker, real estate attorney, and mortgage loan originator, Stu Simone.
Hey everyone, in this video we're going to cover the 3 main reasons why the 2023 housing market is so different from our last housing crisis in 2008 and why home prices are starting to go up. How you doing? My name is Stu Simone, a licensed real estate broker, attorney, and lender. Stay tuned as I will tell you about the 3 major differences, and I have a feeling the 3rd reason just may shock you. The first reason why the 2023 housing market is not like the 2008 real estate crash is due to the differences in market conditions. In 2008, the housing market had a high rate of foreclosure due to the fact that many people were given loans they just could not afford to pay. Some borrowers were sold variable interest loans that became unaffordable if rates rose even a little bit, while other borrowers were given loans that had higher interest rates and payments each year, which basically were guaranteed to fail. So there was a high rate of foreclosure and way too many homes came into the market, which not only increased inventory or supply, but also created a lot of sellers who'd sell for almost any price to avoid foreclosure. So the increased supply and desperate sellers resulted in a drop of home prices. But today's housing market is completely and fundamentally different, as we are experiencing a record shortage of homes, which was originally caused by the COVID pandemic. This shortage persists to this day despite a rapid uptick in mortgage rates last year. Demand is not unusually high, but is still far outpacing supply. This has kept home prices from falling, and we're starting to see home prices turn around from a slight decrease through the winter of 2022 and 23, and they're starting to rise. Now, in point 3, we're going to explore a surprising reason why demand is actually higher now than it was during the 2008 crash, but we'll get to that shortly. Now, the second reason why the current housing market is not like the 2008 real estate crash is due to changes in government policies. Due to the market crash, the government did a lot of things to help keep it from happening again. You know, the Great Recession and all. You may have heard the words Dodd-Frank, which was a massive change in the residential real estate world and real estate law. Government made rules to make sure people could only get loans if they actually could afford to pay them back. Hey, what a concept. They also started keeping an eye on mortgage lenders more closely to make sure they weren't continuing their deceptive and coercive practices and making promises they couldn't keep. They created the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the CFPB. It's a special agency to help protect customers who use banks and lenders, namely you. These things help make the housing market much safer and more solid now. And before the 2008 crash, some banks were giving loans to just about anyone with a pulse. For example, they would not even bother to verify the borrower's income, and many borrowers just wrote grossly exaggerated income amounts on their applications. These were called stated income loans. No bueno, we don't do that anymore. Now, here's the 3rd and biggest reason why the current housing crisis is not like the 2008 crisis. Are you ready? The 2008 market crash was preceded by a huge drop-off in buyer demand in 2006, and home builders continued overbuilding despite this drop-off in demand. So why did buyer demand suddenly drop off? Historically, the median age for a first-time home buyer has been 33 years old. So let's take a look at what happened 33 years prior to 2006. That's 1973. Birth rates dropped off a cliff and remained low for several years. Why? What happened in 1973 anyways? Well, in 1973, abortion was legalized, and the number of births fell immediately and remained low for several years until it began to climb again. Told you it was shocking. This is directly related to the drop in buyer demand in 2006 to 2008, which led to the Great Recession. And yet home builders were not paying attention, and too many new homes were built in the early 2000s. So not only was demand low, but supply was high. Now, in the years since the 2008 crash, America has underbuilt the number of homes needed by about 5 million homes. So the supply situation is now the opposite. So let's look at 2023. 33 years prior was the 1990, which had some of the highest birth rates ever. These millennial buyers are now beginning to enter the housing market during a time of record low inventory levels. So there are just not enough homes to go around for all these new potential homeowners. This is going to lead to the demand for homes rising and inventories remaining low. Thus, home prices will be rising, not falling. So, in summary, you can see how the 2023 housing market is not just different from the 2008 market, the completely opposite in several ways. We are likely in the near the bottom and starting to head out of the bottom of the recent minor housing price decline. So, if you're thinking of selling, it's getting high time to pull the trigger. Remember, May and June are always great times to sell homes as school years are ending. And if you are a buyer, waiting too long could well put you back into the bidding wars we've already been seeing on well-positioned homes. So call, text, or email me today and get your house hunt started. I can give you a pre-qualification in less than 2 minutes flat, but you should definitely get a pre-approval from me or another solid lender before embarking on any serious home shopping. And as always, keep watching more videos right here, as knowledge is power, especially when it comes to real estate.